Howdy, 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 my name's Anachi Sasuke, and welcome back to Let's Play the Hiveswap FriendSim. In the last episode, we helped Ramil do some art shenanigans. That's really the only word I can think to describe all of that, is art shenanigans. So in this episode, we're going to deal with the other person, who looks very angry. Friend to friend adventures. Colonel Akimao. Right now, your travels have brought you to what appears to be just a normal road in an innocuous part of town. Not particularly upscale, but not exactly a rat trap either. Just pretty average. I know this music, but I think I might have to turn it down a little bit. But I know this music. A row of those spiky purple bushes line the side of the road, and behind one of them stands a large, fierce troll who is glancing furtively up and down the street. Okay, that's less average. Hey, are you her? Huh? I mean, are you her? Are you who I'm waiting here for? Well, your first instinct is definitely to tell her that, yes, of course you are who she's been waiting for, provided she's been waiting for a new friend. But honestly, you aren't sure your shtick is going to work on this girl. Of course, not what I was thinking! This is so infuriating! She's so late, I'm so bored! Do you think she's coming soon? You don't know who she means, but you suggest that she might be more comfortable waiting somewhere that isn't in a spiky purple shrub? Don't be stupid! My clients value discretion! I have to lay low! The shrub hardly manages to cover her, and standing behind it and shouting is definitely not making her less conspicuous. Neither is asking random passerby whether they are her client. Now that you can talk, accosting people left and right and asking them to be your friend is kind of your whole deal. If you aren't country lady 453, then who is? Wait. Is it going to be the girl who got her dog stolen? Wait, no, wait, we rescue the dog. In the good ending, we rescue the dog. Country lady 453, that almost sounds like... It is! I don't remember what voice I was using for, but I'm so glad she's back! Sorry I'm late, I couldn't... What in tarnation? You know that genteel term anywhere! Well, my stars! I definitely wasn't expecting to see you around here. What a masterful coincidence! You were incredibly glad to see Skyla. And Lady too! All unkidnapped and everything. You give Skyla a hug, which she enthusiastically returns. She nearly picks you up off your feet. Lady shoves her nose against your neck and gives you a few sloppy licks. Who the heck are you? I have business at this bush. Maybe find your own. Sorry, but I'm the business your bush has been looking for. Wait. What? You're a country lady? The very same? The name's Skyla Kariga. Pleasure to meet you. I didn't think you'd be a bronze. I've gotten that before, honestly. Also, by the by, this concerns them too. She puts her hand on your shoulder. It does? It does? Sure enough. They were there when it happened. They even helped me fight off the varmints who tried to take my Lussus. Right, yeah, you said something about that in your message. But I don't get it. What do you want me to do? Right, well, the bandits didn't get Lady, but other kids haven't been so lucky. Low bloods have been hit especially hard. I want you to find the bandit's base of operations, and I want you to take him out. Permanently and painfully. Kono's mouth moves silently like she's trying to reason through the steps of Skyla's conversation, then she catches up and a slow grin spreads over her face. Yeah, I like painful and permanent. But wait, you want me to get revenge for someone else's Lussus? Why? Well, a few of us got together and decided to do something about it ourselves. So there's no hope of the heiress or the drones doing anything to stop the bandits. And they all looked at me as a spokestroll, seeing as how I'm the oldest and least easily shook. Okay, sure. I guess that's the why is it important. How much you got? How much are you willing to throw down? I doubt any lowbloods could afford my fees, let alone a bunch of country rusties. Lady starts to growl and Skyla puts a pacifying hand on her head. Everything's fine, lady. We expected this, didn't we? We're hoping you'd be willing to do it out of the goodness of your blood pusher. Kono laughs so hard that she spits. Skyla winces. You got a pan disorder. If you think I take any charity cases, I don't work for pretty smiles. Keep your compliments to yourself, Missy. That wasn't... I didn't mean to say that out loud! Why don't you just go find your bandits yourself? You know full well I don't have the means. But you do. It'd be a walk on the recreation field for you. If you weren't so nasty and selfish. Or maybe you're scared. You! I'll show you scared! Oh, hell. Looks like they're about to throw down. You gotta do something to defuse the situation. I do know people. You mentioned that you were important, a real mover and shaker in the alternative economy. You have a bunch of amazing local friends. That's not what I thought that was going to do. Some of them are rich, or just have giant internet followings, or just very, very enthusiastic about meat. The point is, you know people. Wow, that's really generous of you. Offering to leverage your relations for my sake? I knew I didn't make a mistake trusting you. Well, that's a different story, I guess. Why don't you call up your fancy friends? Ah, fuck. You don't have a... Really? That is one hell of a reason to lose the game. Wow. Okay, let's try this again. Zip to doop 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 doop. Friend to friend, but Conal. Do you work on what? I don't work on spec. I'm only licensed on Alternia. Just kidding, I don't have a license. You explained to Conal that working on spec means you're doing some work for free in hopes that you're going to get paid later. You said it's unlikely that the bandits only go after Lesai? That would be totally ridiculous when there's so many other things in the world to steal, like money. They probably have heaps of money in their hideout, and if she breaks in, she can have it all. Skyla doesn't want it, she just wants to save the Lesai. You were so dang convincing that you almost convinced yourself. I'm not so sure. Sounds like you might be trying to fuck me over. You let out a scandalized gasp to convey with just what an untoward accusation that is. You are shocked. Shocked! Ah! Fine! Anything to get away from this stupid bush! She kicks the prickly purple shrub so hard it uproots and sails across the street to land on the hood of someone's car. But you're coming with me. I'm gonna hold you to that. And if there's no money, then I'll hold you tighter. And squeeze until your weird colored eyes pop out. Yikes. You believe it too. She could definitely do that. But here's your chance. You got tons of success stories proving that forced exposure is really the best way to get people to like you. Sounds just peachy. When do we leave? Cuddle kicks another bush. She seems to have an anger management problem. Well, you guess she's managing it. She's taking it out of the shrubbery instead of you or Skyla. We aren't doing anything. You aren't coming. Lady starts growling again as Skyla looks like she wants to join in. Excuse me? Kono gets up in her face, moving way faster than someone her size seems like she should be able to do. You aren't coming! You'll just get in my way! You're distracting! Skyla's mouth twitches just the tiniest bit. That is not what I meant! You keep tricking me! I just meant that you'll probably stop to save some bark bee squigglers and get us all cold! Skyla crosses her arms and tosses her hair. Fine. I'm counting on you two. You figure that the information gathering stage of the operation is next. You've seen heist movies. You know how this shit works. But Conal just shouts at someone on her palm husk for a while and then punches some coordinates into a car that you're pretty sure isn't hers. It takes you to the outskirts of the city past long stretches of cracked concrete and urban sprawl. Not exactly the place you'd expect to find bandits who steal farm animals. You point this out to Conal. She tells you to shut up. So you do. You leave the car and walk the last few blocks. The bandits' operation is honestly not super impressive. It's a long industrial structure that looks more like a manufacturing plant than a den of thieves. Beside it is something much more impressive, a sleek black spacecraft. Not like yours. This is the Mercedes-Benz to your banged up Chevy Malibu. Even before you crash landed it, that thing was a hunk of junk. Oh, holy shit! Is that an adult? What, the ship? No dingus! You follow her frenzied gaze and oh, right. The troll beside the ship is taller than anyone else you've seen here. Her skin a darker gray, her claws incredibly long. If everyone you've met so far has been a kid, wow. They all deal with stuff that even adults on your planet don't. Routine, death, dismemberment, and like 4 different relationship dynamics. If there really are no mature trolls here, then where are they? Wait, hold up! You're saying where you're from you live with adults? Yeah? You all live on the same planet? Sure do? Huh, well, maybe you're tougher than you look. Adults are terrifying. Come on, let's get closer. You and Kodo sidle up close enough to the trolls to overhear them haggling over stolen goods. So far, the conversation is too general to tell if they mean the Lusai. Damn, they must have globes of steel. Talking back to an adult. Though, I mean, I am great at rushing in without giving it any thought, but I'm not a total moron. The two trolls appear to come to an agreement. They shake hands and heading back into the warehouse together. And shake hands and heading? Should it be and are heading? So what do you think? What should we do? Huh? You? Kodo's the expert here. Yeah, no shit! For punching. I'm also good at slashing. And Asdaya always does the thinking and the planning. He's the one with the eye beams and the big think pan. Don't tell him I said that. Please? You sure you couldn't tell Asdaya anything at all because you don't know who he is? Oh, right. Asdaya's a frustrating bullshit loser who sucks so bad. Also, he's my main spirit and we've been together for sweeps. Wait. I think you've been mentioned before. Or at least he's been mentioned before. He's supposed to be here, but he's off busy doing some dumb bullshit. So I need you to be the pans of the operation, okay? Please do this for me. Oh dear. Let's search the spaceship. Here's your chance to prove you are totally capable of making non-disastrous choices. Your reason it would probably be best to check out that space cruiser while it's empty, since who knows how many people will be waiting for you in the warehouse. Yeah, that works for me. You suspect that Kono would have agreed to anything you suggested just as long as she didn't have to make the decision herself? What a mood. As the kids say these days, big worm. There are so many tough decisions in your life recently. You're worried that the spaceship will be locked and your great plan is going to be over before it begins, but the door glides open easily and silently. This looks gross. Kono leads the way and you let her. You don't know what wild security measures a troll ship has, but you do know that you don't want to find out. The inside is normal enough. A pilot's and co-pilot seat, a central panel covered in more of the squiggly Alternian language, and a bank of sleeping screens. Other than that, is remarkably bare of any homey touches. Not like your ship, which, in your humble opinion, was very nicely decorated. You've got some pretty dope posters on your wall. More to the point, there's absolutely nothing of value here. Kono can tell also. There's no point to being here. This is just a cruiser. All the good stuff is definitely going to be inside the warehouse. Okay, fair. You have no idea what you're doing, and you're sick of pretending that you do. You wish you could just take a breather, honestly. The strange compulsive desire for more friendship is still there, but you're pretty exhausted. Let's just... fuck. Oh wow, that's kind of forward, Kono. You aren't even at the friendship stage yet. Oh, calm down, you gigantic tool. I mean... fuck. That's an adult troll, and we're definitely going to die. That's why I said the fuck word. Oh! Fuck, that's a big troll. Kono's pretty big. She's the biggest troll you've met so far. If someone fed you true serum and put a gun to your head, you might even describe her as thick. This troll is fucking terrifying, and she looks pissed. Or maybe that's just how her face always looks. There are teeth. Lots of teeth. Who told you you could be in here? I didn't order any ugly wrigglers. Who are you calling ugly? Coral immediately slaps a gauntlet over her mouth, apparently remembering who she's shouting at. The little troll growls, and you don't mean she sounds angry. It's not a husky, sexy metaphor. She really fucking growls, a deep, guttural animal noise. Staring into a pair of merciless cobalt eyes, you experience a pulse of crystalline fear. Blank and cold. You're pretty much constantly braced for death, but that doesn't mean you're looking forward to it. Instead of springing forward and rending you to pieces, the adult just stares at you. Damn, adult monster troll, take a picture to last longer. The last thing you remember is those blazing eyes, and even that fades and you slip away. When you thrash back into consciousness, Kono is right on top of you, pinning you to the warm, throwing metal of the spaceship wall. She doesn't look angry or scared or anything. Her snarling, expressive face is utterly blank. You say her name a couple times, but she doesn't twitch. She just squeezes down harder, grinding the bones of your wrist together. Someone is swearing. Oh fuck, you strain to see around Kono's head. The adult troll is seated at the pilot seat and the console is lit up. You realize what the thrumming in the wall means? The ship is moving. You see the sickly green-gray of the Alternian night sky. Your stomach does a disorienting leap of mingled elation and dread. You can't believe you're actually going to space and finally heading somewhere besides this fucking hellhole of a planet. Of course, that's how you felt when you were first leaving Earth, and you have no idea where this troll is bringing you, and your new prospective friend is just sitting there like she's hypnotized. She only reacts when you struggle, and then only to slam you back against the wall. You just randomly fell asleep, didn't you? How the heck did that happen? The adult starts talking again, but she isn't talking to you. No, I'm on my way. No more delays, I promise. The Lust-Size shipment is on schedule. No, don't worry. Everything is... Sirens scream and screens flash. The ship bucks wildly like a sailboat hit by a wave. The adult trolls fly over the console. No, what the hell? I don't know, it's like I've lost all control of the damn thing. Fuck! Kyle's grip when you lose it, she pulls away and shakes her head back and forth, shaggy hair flopping into her eyes. What? What the hell? Where are we? She sounds small and lost. The adult troll doesn't turn around. She's too busy yelling a mayday into her comm and trying to wrest control back of the ship. The whole thing shudders again and yours and Kono's heads bonk together. Ow! The ship bucks again. It feels less like an engine failure and more like a gigantic baby is shaking like a rattle. And you're scared, sure, but you're also awash in a sudden and unexpected flare of understanding and competency, because this isn't the first time this has happened to you. This is exactly how you crash landed at Alternia in the first place. You were just passing by, minding your own damn space business when your ship decided it wanted nothing better to do than to snap its reins, toss its wild head, and head straight for the unfamiliar planet below. You push yourself to your feet, trying to tame your nausea as the ship rolls. You grab Kono's hand and pull her across the compartment to a glowing green sigil on the wall. You don't know much, but you do know absconding when everything starts falling to shit. Hey, where do you... let go of me! Absolutely not. If you do that, you will not be able to be friends with her because she'll be dead. With a strength born of desperation, you pull her into the escape pod with you. Ah! Won't fit! You will! You do, but it's uncomfortable as hell. Craning your neck at a very uncomfortable angle, you manage to reach around Kono and press the big red button on the wall. An alarm sounds and you hear they don't say, "What the?" before the door slams shut and the escape pod rockets out into space. You shut her back down towards Alternia, Kono's weight crushing your delicate ribcage. Poor ribcage, you're surprised it hasn't sued you for damages yet. Wow, that sure was a shit show. Hardships bring people together, don't they? That's def a thing. Unfortunately, you judge from Kono's swearing and muttered death threats that this is not one of those times. Game over. Yeah, that sure looks like he's dead. Okay, so that's... was that 2 bad endings? Yeah, it's 2 bad endings. So we just gotta go to the warehouse. Friend, Kono? Conil? Is it Conil? I've been saying Kono the whole time. It's Conil now. Work on spec. Let's go into the warehouse. You decide to follow them into the warehouse. That way, at least you won't be trapped in a confined space if anyone comes back out to check on the ship. You get ready to do some James Bond ass shit, ducking behind corners and saying cover me, maybe executing some sick rolls down the hallway. You can't really do any gymnastics even when you aren't healing for broken wrist, but fantasy James Bond, you sure can. Conil doesn't bother with any of that. She just stomps down the hallway towards the first door. Damn, she really hadn't been joking when she said she was more into the straightforward approach. You pick up speed and try to get to the door before she does, just to prevent her from charging in there and getting you both caught immediately. Good thing too. Through the window in the door, you see what looks like some kind of break room. A couple of trolls are messing around on their palm husk, and a few more are sitting at a table playing some kind of game that involves cards, dice, and a little colorful shells. Oh, come on, there's not even that many. We can take them. Ugh. I forgot you weren't my partner, you're just dead weight. No real argument there. Polipo told you that much, told you that most pros work together for a reason. It's much harder on your own. You wonder if Conil would have been so hot to take the job if it hadn't been for Skyla's, vibes? Yeah, that's the word. Vibes. They were vibing. You have to do this. You have to rally! Conil is already losing faith in you, or maybe she had no faith in you in the first place. Whatever. You choose a different door at random and go down it. Assuring Conil that you definitely know what the fuck you're doing. What? Ah, where are you going? You've been down this road before with, Diamond and your meat quest through the sewers. This is possibly slightly higher stakes, but the same basic principles applies. Fake it till you make it. Conil gets annoyed much faster than your other friend if her sub-vocalizations are anything to go by. Damn, you really need to step up your game. You think back on all the heist and infiltration movies you've seen? Maybe you can find a locker room or a troll laundry room and find one of those SWAT/hazmat suits. Yeah, that would be the best plan. Just put on a disguise and wander around like a sneaky fucking... oh, goddammit. You're so busy focusing on your brilliant plan that you open a door without thinking and find yourself looking at the trolls playing the card games. Somehow in your random quest to the warehouse you manage to double back on yourself and come out on the other side of the break room. Classic! This is classic you. You're almost charmed by yourself. Almost. There's a frozen moment when all the men just stare at you and Conil, perhaps taking in the truly staggering idiot level you have achieved. Thank fuck! We should have just done this from the beginning! You've gotten into quite a few fights since arriving on this planet. Well... mostly you sit around while other people fought. But the point is, Conil. She is brutal. She takes out almost the same number of bandits that you, Skyla, and Lady did in a quarter of the time. Multicolored blood flies. And God, you know these are bad guys. They've been stealing less and selling them, which sucks. But right now, they're kind of just a bunch of kids getting massacred. You don't feel great about it. In fact, you might need to sit down for a little bit. Your back hits the wall and you slide down to the dirty floor, you're clammy all over. Ha! Pathetic! Conil pulls her gauntlet out of the final troll's neck with a spray of yellow blood and a squelch that makes your stomach roll. She notices you on the ground. What are you? Are you serious? Come on! You try to tell her that she volunteered you for this mission herself, but you can't slow your breathing enough to get the words out. You aren't sure why now is the time you finally freak out. Maybe it's the close quarters, or maybe you've been on Alternia long enough for this multicolored mess to finally start registering as blood. Maybe you've reached your horror saturation point. Whatever. If you learned anything from this experience, it's that the why of things doesn't actually matter. Conil looms over you, raising a gauntlet. She's gonna kill you. At least, if you're dead, you can't puke on yourself. But instead of brutally stabbing you, you feel a steady pressure on the back of your neck. Conil pushes your head down and tilts between your knees. Take slower breaths, idiot! You follow her instructions, too lightheaded to dwell on the absurdity of being coached through a panic attack by a girl who just murdered like 10 dudes. She's surprisingly good at this. Daja freaked out on his first fight too. Wasn't even bloody, and the little wriggler passed out! I guess some bloodcasts really are better built for violence. She sits down beside you and pats you on the back. You kinda wish he'd taken the bloody gauntlet off first, but you appreciate the gesture. You're having a hard time reconciling this Conil with the one who just snarled at Skylar for being too nice. I'm multifaceted! Also, fuck her! Which reminds me, she pulls her phone out of her pocket, smearing a little olive blood across the screen. Kariga, I got your bandits! She talks a lot louder on the phone than she does in real life. Yeah, no shit! Of course I work fast! Especially when I don't have anyone to slow me down with a bunch of tactics and plans. Ugh! Save it for your kismesis. She hangs up and glares at the phone. You tell her that she really seems to hate Skyla. Conil's face goes a fierce shade of green. Don't be stupid! I barely know her! You don't press the issue. You also don't point out the kind of obvious point that these probably aren't the only trolls in the facility. The one who had been haggling with the adult isn't here, for instance. But if Conil forgetting about them means less murder, you're all about it. There's no way the bandits are continuing their work after this. Conil also seems to have forgotten about the fact that she came here looking to get paid, and nope, she's looting the bodies. Great. It's a lot messier and looks a lot, takes way longer in real life than it does in video games. In the end, she ends up with 5 palm husks, a laptop, some jewelry, and some little squares of plastic you think might be sci-fi credit cards. Whatever. There's barely anything here. But that fight made it pretty worth it. Well, you're glad it was good for somebody at least. You're just trying not to think about it and maybe get outside as fast as possible. Whatever Conil wants to do with your outstanding debt at that point, well, you can square up out there. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not actually going to squeeze you. That would be too easy. Like squishing a marsh bug. Fuck yeah, save by being pitiful. I thought you have any money anyway. I mean, you're wearing an ablution robe. True. Conil helps you to your feet. You kind of want to ask if you're friends now, even though the only bonding activity you've done together is combined murdering and comforting, with her doing both those things and you standing there like a dumbass. But really, you've made friends with worse people for worse reasons. Oh. Here. Why don't you take one of these? She hands you one of the palm husks. Thankfully, it only has a little bit of blood on it. Actually, it might be mustard, like the actual condiment. But she's giving you a phone. Why? You don't have one, right? I mean, you don't even have any pants. This way we can keep in touch. And you can tell me if you have any more jobs with any excellent violence level, like this one. Here, let's exchange info. Palm husks are really useful. You can use them to call people and everything. You aren't sure if she's making a joke. Possibly she just thinks you're an idiot. That's okay. You can deal with that. Because not only did you just make a friend today, you got a gift today. Holy shit, you killed it. Victory! Write my number. Okay, cool. So, this episode started with, fuck, you don't have a phone. And it ended with, yes, now you have a phone. Which I can only assume means that some shit might go down in Volume 8 where we need to call all of our friends for a battle. Maybe to kill that adult. I don't know. So, that was an adventure and a half. Adventure by adventure, friend by friend. So, this has been Anachi Sasuke. This is episode 14 of Let's Play the Hiveswap FriendSim. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe will be groovy. If you didn't, you need to do either one of those things. And assuming Volume 8 comes out next Friday like it usually... Well, I guess it will be this Friday. I'm recording this... But anyway, if it comes out when it's supposed to come out, I'll see y'all on that one. Later.